Welcome, my beautiful viewer. Today we're asking and wanting to know about your no contact person. Okay, this is someone that you have maybe had a relationship with, or you had some dealings with, and you hadn't heard from them in a long time, or maybe they never responded to you, or maybe you all have fallen out of contact with each other. There's just no contact at this time. And so this reading is to discover and unearth the reasons why this person or these people or this situation you've got in mind is not contacting you back. Okay, before you are 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is from the New Chapter Tarot, or you may be drawn to this object called the Millipede Spider Conch shell. Pile 2 is from the Mahogany Tarot deck, and the object you may be drawn to is the Endive Murex Seashell. Pile 3 is from the Wyspell Tarot deck, and the object you may be drawn to is called the Bufonaria Albivaricosa Seashell. Okay, that's Bufonaria Albivaricosa Seashell. That's pile number 3. And pile number 4 is from the Primordial Tarot deck, and the object that you may be drawn to is called the Florida Fighting Conch shell, or Strombus elatus. So you may choose a pile for the person you're thinking about. If you have a person in mind, you're wondering why they're not contacting you, figure out which of these shells or tarot decks is calling to you the most and link it to that person. Okay, that's your intuition at work. Now, you want an alternative way to choose the pile that is corresponding to the person that you're curious about, or the person you're wanting to know, why they're not contacting me. I'm going to go ahead and pull some Zodiac tiles and assign them to each pile. And what I recommend is that you choose based on your own zodiac, or you can choose based on the zodiac of the person that you're asking about. If you know their zodiac sign or their sun sign or something like this, you can assign that deck based on that zodiac sign. So if you are inclined to do so, follow your intuition, like I always say, and that will lead you to the correct pile with the correct message. Okay, let me go ahead and assign those seashells right now. I'll be right back. So pile 1 is Aries, Pisces, and Gemini. You could choose the pile based on your own zodiac sign, or you could choose the pile based on the zodiac sign of the person that you are asking about. So just follow your intuition, like I said. Okay, pile 2 is Virgo, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Again, like I said, link it to your zodiac if you feel called, or link it to the zodiac of the person. So the person that you're wondering why they've got no contact is a Cancer sign, then you may choose pile 2. Okay, let's move on to the next pile. So pile 3 is Scorpio, Leo, and Libra. Okay, so you can assign that to your zodiac sign. You can assign this deck based on your zodiac sign or theirs. Pile 4 is Aquarius, Taurus, and Capricorn. Again, like I said, you can assign it based on your zodiac sign or on the zodiac sign of the person that you're inquiring about. I recommend that if you have multiple people that have not contacted you, or you've not been in contact with, and you're wondering why this is not coming together, why they're not reaching out to you, why they're not contacting you, then you can assign one person to each pile, okay, as your intuition directs. All right, feel free to pause the video if you have to. Make your choice or choices, and I will see you at your reading or readings. Welcome to your reading, pile 1. We're going to be finding out about this no contact person. Why have they not been contacting you? Why have they not been reaching out to you? Let's find out why. Okay, let's go ahead and put you chose pile 1 here, your pile 1. You may have chosen this beautiful large spider conch seashell. Let's set that aside as gorgeous, guys. I feel like that's your energy coming through. Or you may have chosen Aries, Pisces, or Gemini. And if this is not your zodiac sign or the zodiac sign of the person that you're inquiring about, then don't worry about it. If your intuition led you here, that is a powerful signal, either based on the conch shell or the cards, whatever it was. this is your reading. Now, I do want to go ahead and confirm with the first tarot cards exactly what went on between you and this person before they went no contact, so we can confirm that this really truly is the right pile for you, okay? And if it's not, then you can go ahead and go back to the beginning and choose a different pile, or choose your second best pile, or choose based on Zodiac, or whatever you want to do. We have the Devil, okay? So I feel like this connection may have not been like the best, okay? It could have been sort of like either a toxic connection or a borderline toxic connection. It may have been abusive. You may have found it to be somewhat abusive. Maybe this person had an addiction problem. Maybe this is part of the reason why you're not reaching out to them. I feel like maybe this person may have been very materialistic. It could have been a situation where this person maybe liked to spend, or a big spender, or they sort of like they liked nice things, had a lot of nice things, and that was maybe very important to them, right? You can have nice things and not have it be very important to you. You could take it or leave it, right? Well, this person, maybe it was very important to them to have nice things, and they lived like this. This could have been a very wealthy person who had a lot of luxuries or a lot of big spending habits or something like this. That's a possibility. I'm also getting that this is someone you had a lot of fun with. They were a very pleasurable person. Maybe they were not, maybe they were a bit of a bad boy or a bad girl, but they were fun. Okay, they were fun. We have the Empress. We're getting some major arcana cards here. So this is a very big pivotal connection in your life. Okay, so this person may have been a mother figure. That's just straight up could have been a mother figure. Someone very nurturing. This is, especially with this combo, someone with a lot of resources, someone very abundant. Perhaps they took very good care of you, or maybe you took very good care of them. This person maybe could be a child of yours. That's a possibility for just a few of you. I'm getting like a codependent feel, like a dependent feel. This person may have been addicted to your nurturing traits, or addicted to how well you took care of them. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe you were addicted to the way they took care of you and the way they nursed you or nurtured you. This person, I'm getting like luxury feels too, like lots of like material luxuries. This person could have been very beautiful. I'm getting that, possibly very attractive and beautiful, kind of pulls you in with their good looks. Okay. So in that sense, yeah, maybe a bit surfacey, but a lot of abundance though. A lot of abundance in this connection. That's part of what was going on. Maybe it was a very giving connection. 9 of Cups, exactly. I feel like, this person took really good care of you, or maybe you took really good care of them. A lot of wishes were fulfilled in this connection. Maybe this person, like I said, they had lots of resources. Maybe they spoiled you and gave you a lot of something. Or maybe there was a wish you had, or many wishes you had, and this person was really good about fulfilling those wishes. Or maybe you were just a really good host or hostess to this person, and you made sure that they were happy. Okay, you made sure that they were taken care of. We have Justice. So I feel like something may have happened where, it became clear that you all need to go your separate ways, okay? Because there was a lack of balance in the connection. Perhaps there was, maybe you were the one giving a lot and they weren't giving you much back. So maybe they were abusing your nurturing, your hostessing traits, your nurturing traits, your generosity. They abused it, is possible. Or it's possible that maybe they were very nurturing towards you and gave you a lot of stuff, and you started realizing, you know what, I don't always just want to be taking. I don't really have much of anything to give to this person, so maybe I need to keep my distance, Something like this could be coming up. We have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, so I think that it was because of this lack of balance that, maybe you would do everything this person wanted and they wouldn't give you enough back. Maybe this could be an employer too, honestly. It could be employment, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, a connection of some kind where there was a lot being given, but not a lot or given back, or not enough being given back, not enough to measure up for how generous you were being. Perhaps, okay, I'm not saying there were strings attached, but maybe this person was giving you a lot and there were strings attached, and you realized that you couldn't give them what they wanted, and so you were moving on. Or it could be the other way around, where you were giving them a lot and expecting certain things from them, and they couldn't come through. And so you've moved on, you've let sleeping dogs lie, and you've moved on to find peace. Okay, or maybe they moved on to find peace. We have the Nine of Wands, and now it's like there's a guard that's being kept up because of the abusiveness. Maybe the generosity was being abused, or something like this. Okay, and so now either you have got your guard up, or they've got their guard up. Maybe it goes both ways. I don't know, but it just feels like this lack of this imbalance, after a good time, of course, led to, you know what, I need to go ahead and move on and keep my distance. This could be you, pile 1. Or it could be that okay. So let's go ahead and see exactly why they are keeping their distance, why they're not contacting you, why they're not reaching out to you. We'll get into the specifics of it. And also we'll be looking at if they will be contacting you, right? We're going to look into that as well today. We're going to find out if they're going to be contacting you. All right. I'll be right back. Let me get your oracle cards and I'll be right back. Okay, we're getting the first card here is the Narata card. We have Idiot. Okay, so someone's not being very wise here. Someone's being unwise. Okay. It says here politician, slapstick, IQ test, Laurel and Hardy, foolhardy, risk taker, village idiot, duh, irresponsible, lights are on, no plan, learning disability, clumsy, brain damage voter. So I feel like someone's not applying all their smarts here, or perhaps this person, the reason they're not contacting you is because this person is not making smart decisions, and maybe they know it, maybe they don't. I feel like they're responding in a very heavy-handed manner to what has happened between y'all. Okay, it could be also that they're focused on a certain situation in their life because they don't really have the smarts on how to deal with the situation. They're just applying too much force. That's what I'm getting, pile 1. So it could be like this person's maybe trying to get back at you or something like this, and they're overdoing it. They're overdoing it by not contacting you. They're overdoing it. Maybe they're taking offense. Remember I said something about there not being enough balance in the connection. Okay, there's not enough balance, and I feel like maybe you are giving them some things, but not enough. But maybe the situation is rectifiable. And maybe this person doesn't realize that, and that's why they're not contacting you. It can be fixed. Maybe I don't know what the situation is, but I am getting specifically that this person is reacting in a heavy-handed manner to a certain situation, and that's part of what's going on. We have number 49. Someone knows what's going on behind your back, but they are keeping secrets. Okay. So this person, they're not contacting you. They're not reaching out because they want to keep their secrets to themselves. There's something they don't want to tell you. Yeah. There's something they're keeping quiet about. Yeah. They feel like if they contact you, then they're going to have to tell you what's going on. And this is part of why they're not contacting you. They don't want to talk about it. That's what I'm getting to. They don't want to talk about this with you. They don't want to look into it, address it, talk about the imbalance, talk about what happened. They don't want to. They may be emotionally, the emotional IQ might be a bit low, so they don't know how to deal with life's challenges. See, you have a relationship with someone, and of course things are going to come up, It's all about communication. I feel like this person's keeping their mouth shut because they don't know how to talk about it. That's possible. Perhaps they don't want people to know how nurturing, how generous you were. They'd rather be quiet about the imbalance. Maybe they feel, I'm feeling like a sense of shame. Like they're being heavy-handed with you because, they feel that they abused you. I mean, they're coming down hard on the situation by not contacting you because they understand that it was abusive. Okay. That it was, toxic, to be honest. Okay. They also feel, they're also not contacting you because they don't want to talk about this. Perhaps they feel ashamed. Okay. That's a possibility. They just don't want to talk about it. We have me versus me. Okay. Self-competition, personal growth, becoming better than yesterday, my only competition. So what I'm getting, pile 1, is that they are looking themselves in the mirror. They're looking themselves in the mirror. And they're realizing that they were instead of getting all this from you, they want to focus on themselves. They want to say, you know what, I want to grow myself up so I don't put myself in this situation again where I'm abusing anyone's generosity or being abused by anyone's generosity or being abused by having my generosity be abused. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they're not talking to you right now because they're doing a self-assessment and they want to, I feel like they blame themselves too. Yeah. So it doesn't matter which way this went, whether you were the one being generous, they were the one being generous, and it got abused. They are taking the time to look at themselves. I feel like they're being heavy-handed with themselves. They're being heavy-handed on the situation. So they're going, this is your fault somehow. This is what they're telling themselves this, okay? They're telling themselves, this is my fault that I either let myself be abused or that I abused this person. It was me, okay? And they get that. They get that. This is part of why they're not contacting you. They're trying to grow themselves up. They want to do better. I am seeing that, okay? I also feel like this person might be a bit self-absorbed or self-obsessed. It's about them. It's about them. Okay, and this is probably part of what created the imbalance. Is maybe they got caught up in, I just get stuff. I don't know. I just get stuff, and they didn't look to themselves to go, what role am I playing in this? And how am I supposed to, maybe if they looked at themselves more as if they looked outside of themselves is what I'm trying to say, and noticed you and noticed what you were doing, maybe they would have had that wake up call, like, oh my gosh, I need to give back. Oh my gosh, I'm receiving all this. I need to be very grateful, or something like this. Okay. Maybe they weren't grateful enough. Maybe they didn't say enough thank yous. They took you for granted, that kind of thing. So this person, I feel like, see, someone's drinking something and then they're hostile. And so here's what I'm getting is that, part of why they're not contacting you back is because this person, they have some issues. Okay, they're the type of person that they'll take what you give them, but they're almost resentful that you have as much as you do. They're almost resentful that you have so much that you can give them and take care of them. I mean, they'll take it, they'll consume it, whatever you're given, but they're like resentful about it. Okay, maybe they feel like inept in their own lives, that they haven't created a sense of abundance for themselves. And so therefore, they become kind of antisocial and hostile towards people who have more than they do, or people who are generous when they're not. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this person is very much like, they could be like a take kind of person, and maybe they're too self-absorbed to know that, or they understand that when it's time, and maybe they do understand it's expected of them to create that balance, but they just don't want to do it. Okay. They're antisocial. This person does not create a strong sense of community. It's about me, myself, and I. And so they don't feel the sense like, oh, I got to give back to community, or I got to give back to Pile 1, or something like this. It's part of why they're not contacting you, Pile 1. They have issues, for sure. This person has some kind of issue. They don't like to talk about this issue either. They don't like to talk about it. We have left hanging. So it says left hanging, no conclusion, disappointment, unresolved expectations without clear answers. Okay. Yeah, this person would rather, the reason they're not contacting you is because, yeah, this person has a sense, they understand that they're expected to give back. They get that. But they'd rather avoid that. Okay, I'm getting like a loan shark vibe. Like maybe you loan them money or something like this, and they'd rather avoid the loan shark than come through and make good on what they receive from you. So they try to avoid paying back debts. This person, they have issues with avoiding paying back debts, or paying back, or giving back, or to the source of where they came from, like what they were given. They avoid it like the plague. Okay, I'm seeing that they're in a suit, so they like to just focus on their job, if they have a job, and and avoid make money and avoid paying back what they owe. Okay, that's their MO. We have commitment issues. Yeah, so I feel like this person may be aware that what you wanted, in exchange for your generosity, was commitment. You wanted them to commit, because you're not going to be wasting money or wasting resources or your love or your attention and all the good stuff you've got on someone who's here today, gone tomorrow, and they know it. I feel like they know this. And this is part of what they don't want to pay back, is they're sort of avoiding, the loan shark, or you. It's how they view you. They view you as, okay, they give me all this stuff. Now they're expecting something from me, and they don't want to commit. They don't want to commit. They'd rather put up a boundary, and they just get scared around commitment. Okay, they get scared around, oh, I gotta fix myself here, and be about this, be about you, be about pile one. I can't do it. I don't know. So they struggle here. Let's get more information. We have new relationship. It says here, new relationship, unexpected love catches you off guard. Okay, so a message coming through very strongly here, and I've got a couple of messages depending on who you are, pile one, okay, and what your situation was about, is that this person, they got caught off guard by how loving and generous you are. They didn't expect it. Okay, they did not expect that you would be that generous, and I can see them kind of putting up like they're, you're leaning in and giving them all this love, but they're kind of like, that's nice, I'll be here for a bit, I'll perch, but I'm not, I'm too stupid to appreciate. I'm so sorry, Part One. I'm sure you care about this person, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. Spirit guides are saying that this person lacks insight to see that they have love and that it's working. They don't appreciate it. They're not appreciative, and they got caught off guard. They didn't expect you to be so generous, Pile One. The other message I'm getting for just a few of you is that this person may have found someone else. They have found someone else who's being generous to them as well. And they may be treating this person in a similar manner as they treated you. Maybe hanging around to receive all that good stuff. But, tick tock, you can see the watch. A time's going to come when they've got to go. Okay, so they may be continuing this with someone else. That's just a message for a few of you. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so there was a big truck outside. I just wanted to take a little break, but now we're back. It says you're jealous about you. Remember I told you, Pile One, that this person has some resentments about how much you have, how much you give, how generous you are. They got some resentments about that. Maybe you remind them of their mom or someone like a powerful matriarch in their life, and they don't like it. Okay, they are jealous of the abundance in your life. I'm just going straight up with you, Pile One. This person is, they're resentful that you have manifested so much for yourself, that you are so abundant, so resourceful, and this is part of why they're not contacting you. Okay, they're dealing with these issues within themselves. We got acting fake. Okay, so I feel like this person, Pile One, they definitely pretended at one point with you. Yeah, they pretended either to be really grateful for what you were doing for them, or they pretended to be generous with you, or all the while having like an ulterior motive or something like this. Just apply to your situation as it fits. And I feel like this person, they wore a mask with you. Okay, they wore a mask with you for the time that they were with you. I feel like they were fun. They were, they were flowing. The emotions, the feelings, it seemed like were flowing. Things were going well. But spirit guides are saying for some of you, this was not their authentic self. Okay, they have some growing up to do still. I'm also getting that they're not contacting you because this person prefers to wear a mask at this time. Okay, they prefer to just, take all those feelings where the other things they're processing with you and bury it and put on a mask with you and pretend as if it never happened, or pretend yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next oracle card. We are getting emotional detachment. Yeah, this person is detached from you, Pile One. They're detached because, like I said, they are a taker. This person is a taker. That's what I'm seeing. And they were never emotionally invested in you. Maybe they pretended to be. They were there for the taking. That's what it was, Pile One. They were there to take. And so they understand that if they contact you, then they it may now have to be their turn to start giving, their turn to pay back, their turn to reciprocate these feelings or reciprocate this energy. And they'd rather not. Okay. Yeah. They kind of want to leave that part hanging. They want to leave that part hanging. They ate, but now they don't want to give you anything. And I'm so sorry you're dealing with that, pile 1. Okay. We have viral. Instant fame, going around quickly, gaining popularity. So pile 1, I feel like this person, they are all about, they're not contacting you. I'm getting multiple messages because they're focused on connecting with others. They want to know as many people as possible, have as many connections as possible. They don't want to know just only you, pile 1. They don't want it to just, that's why we got commitment issues. They want to be linked up with multiple. They want to know a lot of people. And they're currently making the rounds, so to speak, okay? They're trying to, remember I mentioned something about them possibly having made another connection that they're receiving stuff from. I'm also getting that they're very popular, pile 1. This person's very popular. They have multiple people asking for them. Multiple people saying, hey, what's up? We had that time together. Where you at? Come back. Let's continue what we were doing. And they're avoiding not just you, but multiple people. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Next, we have liar. Lies they tell. Shameful heifers. Okay. So, pile 1, I am seeing, like I said, this person was fake. They did lie. Okay. If they had told you they were going to commit to you or promised you that they were going to give you something, the reason they're not calling you is because they lied about that. They lied about the genuineness of their feelings, or they lied that they wanted to be in this for the long haul, or they lied about what they had or what they could give you in return, or they lied maybe if it's a situation where you loaned them something or you gave them something expecting to get it back, or expecting for them to maybe show up or maybe pay you for what that you gave them or whatever. They lied about that, and so they're not contacting you because of their poor etiquette and their poor ethics. Okay, we're getting, I need you to depend on me. Okay, so we're seeing, I need you to depend on me. Your independence threatens my sense of superiority. So this person may have some ego issues. Okay, I feel like this person, they don't like to be the one who is needing things. That could be part of it too. They don't like to be the one who's needing things. But I said that this person is looking at themselves and feeling like they need to be getting these things from themselves and not from you. Also, I feel like you may have, gone through a phase where you do not contact this person. You don't contact them either. And they want you to contact them. That's what it is, okay? They want to feel like you need them so they can have an excuse for taking more from you. They want to feel like, well, they called me back here, so what you got for me? So they don't want to be contacting you. They don't want to come across like they're needy, okay? And then when they contact you and then you give them stuff, you can track it back and go, but you called me and then you got this stuff from me. You see? They don't want to be in that position. They want you to contact them and depend on them. So when they show up and they get the things from you, love, attention, resources, whatever it is, being a gracious host or hostess, they can be like, well, you called me, you obviously want to take care of me, you obviously had things to give me, so you called me, right? So, or you need me, or you need my presence somehow. So they want to justify they're taking from you by you calling them first, which is crazy. Let's take a look at the next oracle card here. We have put it out here. Next, we are getting circle drawn. Pile 1. This person, they're not contacting you because, and something else I wanted to say is that, I saw multiple sharks, now I'm seeing multiple people. This person, and I see multiple people here as well, they're serial ghoster, or a serial no contact person. They want people asking for them. And so they have multiple people. And I'm sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear, pile 1, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Is they're used to using people and taking from people. And they like to put themselves on a pedestal so that, and say, they need me. So when they contact me, I'll show up and, Unfortunately, they take advantage of this. This is the game that they play. With circle drawn, what I'm seeing is that this person, they have isolated themselves from you. They've isolated themselves. And so this is, remember I said, I just want to be clear, the whole multiple people situation, that's just for some of y'all, okay? It may not be true for all of you. I see that for some of you, this person is by themselves, okay? There's not other people involved, okay? We're reading for a group here, so there's all kinds of energies coming through for this reading. But I feel like this person, they're keeping their boundaries, because I see that here with the Nine of Wands. They're keeping their boundary because they want to feel safe. I do think that they feel threatened being around you or being in contact with you, because it's like you're getting too close. You're getting too close to, it could be many things, emotionally, getting too close to it being like, okay, now it's time for them to pay you back, or it's time for them to answer to you and reciprocate or something like this. And they don't want you getting that close, so they don't have to do that. Okay. This person is antisocial. I'm getting that too. I got antisocial. We got the circle. They don't like to get too close to people. They don't like to get too close to people in general. So I wouldn't take this too personal, pile one. I feel like this person has some issues. They like to be by themselves. They like to kind of stick to themselves and avoid others, because they view others as wanting something from them. So they got some kind of issue there. We have fantasy world. Okay. Head in the clouds. Heart chasing fairy tales. The truth is getting lost in all the sparkle. Pile 1. This person, they have something in mind. Okay, they have something in mind, and it's very important to them. It takes up a lot of their thinking, a lot of their thought space. There's something that they want. They fantasize about it. They want that thing. So it could be business success. They want to be very successful in the business world, or they want to be very wealthy, or there's something they want, and they're obsessed with it. It's all they think about. And they like to stay in this headspace where they're either trying to get that thing, or they're always imagining that thing, or it's all about that thing for them. They want to pretend it's there, maybe so they can manifest it. I don't know what it is, but this is part of why they're not contacting you. Pile 1. They're obsessed with personal growth. They're obsessed with chasing, in a way, a fairy tale, because, I don't know if this person has the smarts it takes to get what it is that they're looking for, but there's something they want, and it's all about that for them. That's why I get this self-obsessed feel keeps coming through. Okay. We have spinning the block, driving by, spying, curious. Okay. So this person is keeping they're not contacting you because they get what they need of you. Whatever information they need, maybe they see it on your social media, or they'll, drive by your home. For a few of you, they'll do this. They spy on you in some kind of way. Okay. So they got the information they need. Another message coming through is that they don't contact you because they feel like they don't want to tell you too much. They don't want you getting their information. They don't want you learning too much about them. Remember, we saw the lips that were zipped here. They don't like to talk about their business too much. They don't like to talk too much about what is going on with them. And they know you'll be curious. They know you'll ask. They know they view you as a spy, even for some of y'all. So this person, I'm telling you, they're antisocial. They're very introverted. They like to kind of keep to themselves. They're very secretive too. I'm surprised we're not getting Scorpio over here. They are secretive, this person. Okay, pile 1. Next, we are getting divine feminine. So this person is not contacting you because they understand that you are the real deal. Okay. They understand that you are quality, pile 1. That you're not one of the fake, flaky ones, or like minor players. You are a major player, pile 1. And they don't want to, they know that if they contact you, then they're going to have to come correct. They're going to have to come correct when it comes to you, pile 1. They're not ready for that. We're seeing a beach scene here. We're seeing them on the ocean. We got divine feminine. They know that they owe it to you. They owe it to you to treat you with dignity, respect, and with, by putting you on a pedestal. They know it, but they don't want to have to do that. Okay. Last oracle card we're getting is sneaky. Exactly. This person's hiding. They're sticking to themselves. They're avoidant. That's the word I was looking for earlier. I kept saying antisocial. There's another word, avoidant. Okay. This person, pile 1, if they, like I said, they like to make money and eat by themselves. If they owe you money, they don't want to pay it to you. They need to eat. Maybe that's all they can afford to pay for is food. That is a specific situation, okay, that I'm talking about, and they don't want to share. Okay. Also, I'm getting that they either because they don't have enough, or because they just like to keep to themselves. They like to look out for number one only. They like to look out for number one only and not for others. And so therefore they stay out of the way because they don't want to have to look out for you. They don't want to have to give to you. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to pull out the tarot cards. Okay. So let's take a look. Will this person contact you? In case you're curious about that, we'll go ahead and answer that question for you today, my beautiful pile 1. Is this person going to contact you in the future? Let's see. Okay. So we're getting that one. Person who has not been contacted by pile 1. We'll get a bonus card. Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups. I do see they will contact you. I see a reunion coming back up for you, pile 1. I see a reunion. They may go through a waiting period where they don't, but they will eventually contact you. I do see that. You got 4, the Emperor. Yeah, they're going to take charge of their lives. I feel like this person, they may be taking a break because from not contacting you because they want to be in control of their lives. They want to become more successful and not just always be depending on you. That's coming through as well. Oh my gosh, this person's going to contact you in a major way. They'll contact you and want to pull you in, pile 1. They'll want to pull you in, and they'll want to enrich your life and not just you enriching theirs, okay? Or if this is a situation where this person was always very generous with you, but because of the lack of balance, they moved on. I feel like this person will reconnect with you and bring stability into your life again, and will bring you wealth. They'll bring you wealth. They may marry you, or they may employ you, or bring you back into the fold. We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I see that they will. It's like the good times will come back. Okay, the good times will come back. I see that. Yeah, they may have been staying away because they only wanted to take care of themselves for a time. They don't want to just always be taking care of you, so this reading or this message could go both ways. So just interpret it as it fits your situation. I feel like this person is, they are trying to take control of their lives. They are trying to do better. And so I feel like they will come back when they feel they have succeeded in life, when they feel they are wealthy and have money to spend, to share, or like they're back to having plenty again, or that when they feel wealthy again, or something like this. Okay, that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, my beautiful pile 1. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know your comments in the comment section if you care to share. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile 2. Today we're going to be looking into this no contact situation. Why has this person not been contacting you? Why have they not been reaching out to you? We're going to find out about that today. You may have chosen the Mahogany, pile 2, or the Endive Murex Seashell. You may also have chosen the Mahogany Tarot. Or alternatively, you may or may not have chosen Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Let's set your oracle cards aside and let's take a look at what the situation is exactly. What happened between the two of y'all before this no contact phase, so that we can confirm that you are at the right pile. And if we are not, then just go ahead and go back to the beginning and choose another pile if you don't feel like this first part of the reading makes sense, or if it's not your situation. We got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this person, they may have left you or ran away from you. I'm getting like a loves them and leaves them vibe. So this may be someone you dated for a time, and then maybe they moved on, or they relocated, or maybe they're a traveler and they just came blowing, just came blowing through. Okay, we got the Ace of Wands. So I do feel like intimacy may be involved in the situation. I mean, I'm getting that loves them and leaves them vibe again. Like this person may have come through, and you know, maybe there was a passionate time together. Yeah, there was a passionate time together, and you know, this person really turned you on, or you really turned them on, something like this. But then it's like they moved on to the next, or something like this. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. Okay, so with the Five of Swords, I'm getting that this person, they may have been sneaky with you. They may have been sneaky. They may have been unethical. Okay, so they may have gotten what they needed from you, and you know, they did you wrong. I do feel like they did you wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, pile 2. You know, they were only about themselves. This is the card of self-interest. They weren't about you. They weren't about caring about your feelings. They did find the time between the two of you to be very passionate. They enjoyed it. But it was just about them. It feels like it was just about them. You've had to be very strong in dealing with the situation, because I feel like maybe you did love this person. Maybe you do love this person, and you had emotionally invested yourself in this person, and maybe you were trying to quote unquote tame this person. Maybe you knew them to be a bad boy or a bad girl, or you knew that there was a risk that they may not behave. You got the Lion there, and you were trying to tame them through love, pile 2. But it looks like maybe they remained self-interested anyway. That's a possibility. We got the Ten of Swords. So it looks like, yeah, like they did you wrong. I do feel like maybe there were multiple incidents with this person where either maybe they didn't show up, or they repeatedly betrayed you, or repeatedly betrayed y'all's agreements together, or something like this. I'm sorry. You may have felt victimized by this person. Ace of Pentacles. You really value this person. I feel like this person, maybe they were well off. It's possible they brought you financial opportunities or something like this. There's a lot of potential in this person. Okay, that's what you felt. That's what you feel. There's a lot of potential, even though it didn't work out with this person. You feel like this person's valuable. They may be financially valuable. They may be a financially valuable person, and maybe you have something to offer them. You feel like you have something to offer them, despite what's gone on here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the oracle cards and see exactly why they are not contacting you at this time. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the energies coming through here. Yeah, feels like maybe they didn't care that you were hurt, and they wanted to get what they wanted and move on, or treat you however they liked, and they didn't care about how it impacted you, or so it may have seemed. We got a riddle. So this person is not contacting you because we got here the Sphinx. Okay, the Sphinx was an ancient Egyptian, it's like a myth. It's like a mythological story about this magical creature that would guard the gates. It says here gatekeeper, and would ask people a riddle, and to see if they would pass. Okay, there was a riddle it would ask, and if they passed, they would let them through, and they would have access to this beautiful land or something. And if they did not pass, then they were shoved off a hill to their deaths. This is just the ancient story, okay, behind the Sphinx. Yeah, it was a riddle. It was I think it was what walks on one leg. What is it? What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night. Something like this. All right, and then the answer is man, because you know, baby crawls, then grows up to become an adult, or young, someone who's able-bodied. They can walk on 2 legs, and then later on in the sunset of their lives, they get older and they use a cane. So that was actually the answer is man, a human being. What I'm seeing from here, pile 2, is that this person is not contacting you because they feel that you did not maybe give them the answer to the riddle. Perhaps this person is pretty clever or cocky or something, and they think they like to ask certain riddles of the people that they deal with to see if they pass that riddle. And apparently maybe you didn't pass, or you didn't have the right answer for them. I also feel like this person, they like to stay a mystery. They like to be a mystery. They like to be a tease. Okay, this person was a tease. And they, like I said, they may have riddled you to see, they may have asked you something to see if you'd say the right answer, but you didn't. So this is what justified their bad behavior, which it does not. Okay, this person's cocky and they're wrong for that. Okay, that's what I feel. It says here, the long distance can't be helped, but they are trying to stay faithful. Okay, so I feel like this person, pile one, remember I said something about them having gone on a trip, or maybe they're a traveler in the land or something like this. So this person, they gone on a trip. So maybe this is a long distance situation for some of y'all, or it could be like this person literally does travel for work. I do feel like they're not trying to cheat, but maybe they betrayed showing up at certain times, or they wouldn't call you when they said they would. Yeah, and I'm seeing that for some of y'all, they're saying it's long distance, but in reality they're seeing other people. Okay, so there's two camps here. Okay, with pile 2. Okay, so yeah, I feel like, again, like I've said, this person, I feel like maybe you were aware that they betrayed you and repeatedly betray you on some matter. Like maybe in a matter of honor, you know, like saying maybe they said they were going to show up, but they didn't repeatedly, and they were more about their business, more about their travel plans, or they may have cheated on you. It's possible that this person is not contacting you because this whole long distance or I'm staying away thing is a cover for I'm seeing other people. I'm sorry, pile 2. And you may already know it because my viewers usually have a very good intuition, or working or developing their intuition. We got toxic love. Pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without. So pile 2, the reason they are not contacting you is because they're in pain. They're in pain. Perhaps when they spend time with you, some things happen between the two of y'all that bothered them. And the way they reacted to it was to say, you know what? I'm going to be about myself. It's too painful. Okay. Or maybe they felt like being attached to you brought them harm in some type of way. I'm also getting, for a few of you, maybe they felt like you came on a little strong, and you know, just the attachment, being attached to you was too uncomfortable for them. They didn't like it for some reason or another. We have salty, bitter, angry, and agitated. So again, you know, I felt like there was some sort of conflict that went on between the two of y'all, where it was like agree to disagree. You may have disagreed with this person on something or about something, and they are feeling bitter about it. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of the reason why this person is not contacting you is because they're hurt. They feel resentful. You know, it was painful. There was a fight. There was an argument. And they felt like you were tough to deal with, pile 2. They felt like you don't take crap. They felt that you are tough, pile 2. They're being close to you. You know, if they don't mind their P's and Q's and treat you right, you're not the type that goes down easy with. Okay, you're not a pushover. Now, you know, or maybe they did succeed in mistreating you, and you weren't accepting it. Okay, you weren't accepting it. This is part of why they don't contact you. It says you're detached, emotionally closed off. I don't feel my past wounds. So this is, they're trying to avoid feeling the pain of the past with you, pile 2. That's what it is. That's why they're not contacting you. They don't want to be reminded of how maybe ugly things got. Okay, there was definitely, you know, some shenanigans afoot here, and you know, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. It was painful. It was painful for them, and they feel peace when they're not in contact with you. They feel like everything's great when they're not in contact with you, because it's like the pain has come to an end and they don't got to think about it anymore. Okay, so they maintain this detachment. We get feeling uncomfortable. Exactly. So again, like I said, they are trying to avoid emotional discomfort. This is part of why they're not contacting you. Okay, maybe they may have maybe they may be one of those people that when they're stressed or feel traumatized by something, they start to feel physical pains in their body. And so this is part of why they stay away, because they don't handle stress well. Okay, we have hospitalization. So I feel like, again, you know, remember I said they feel pain in their body. There is this idea that being in contact with you made them ill, or it could be that maybe what they put you through what y'all went through together made you ill, and they feel like you're not built for it. That could be a message coming in for some of you. Now, take these messages with a grain of salt, okay? You just use your intuition and figure out which applies to you and which does not. This is the general energy of the reading, so it's going to be by and large accurate. But if there's something I'm saying, it doesn't quite feel like it quite matches your situation exactly, then let others have it. It means it's not your message, okay? That particular piece is not your message. Now, I am getting that they may be under the weather. They may be ill. Okay, maybe this relationship did a number on them, or the connection did a number on them. Or it could be that they literally are just genuinely going through some sort of illness right now. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with you or the connection. And they don't want to unveil. They want to keep this illness or issue that they're dealing with a mystery. They don't want you to know about it. Okay, so that's another message coming through. Next, we're getting so they're keeping Pile 2, they're keeping something secret from you. So it could be a range of things. Their health condition. It could also be that they are seeing other people. That's a possibility. And also, they don't want to talk about it. They're keeping something from you. They don't want you to know that they may be, being intimate with others, and they don't want you to know, or they don't want you to know that they're dealing with an illness right now. It could be also they're not contacting you because maybe they hurt you and they don't want to deal with that anymore. Okay, we have using children, manipulation. Okay. I feel like this person, what I'm getting, Pile 2, also, is that kids may be part of this scenario. Kids may be part of it. And they're not contacting you maybe because they don't want to hurt the kids. Or it could be that they know how much you want them to be in contact with your kids, or maybe you really want to be in contact with their kids. They know this, and so they're withholding it from you. I can see someone withholding something. So in a few of your situation, there's kids involved, and they're not contacting you because they don't want you bonding with their kids, or they don't want to bond with your kids. Maybe they feel like you're using the kids to manipulate them, and they don't want to play into that anymore. Or they may be using their kids to manipulate you, or using your kids to manipulate you. There's something of this flavor going on. Now, if you don't have kids involved, what I'm seeing is that they may be focusing on kids right now. They may be saying, you know what, I need to focus on some children in my life instead of on Pile 2. Okay, I need to focus on the innocence. Okay. Maybe they're a teacher that's coming through, and they're focusing on teaching the kids or spending time with children. Shame. Okay, so I'm getting time with children. So yeah, I'm also getting with the shame here that they don't want to contact you because of maybe the way they conducted themselves in the connection with you in the past. They don't want to be reconfronted with the illness of the past, the things they did wrong. They don't want to be reconfronted with it. They don't like that about themselves. They don't like the way it makes them feel about themselves. They don't want to feel bad. They don't want a conscience. This kind of thing is coming through. We got buttering up, using charm, persuasion for personal gain, finesse. Yeah, so I feel like this person, they're not contacting you. Maybe you're really good at, I don't want to say manipulating, Pile 2, okay? I'm not trying to be disparaging here. I am getting that maybe they feel like if they contact you, you will somehow get them, you somehow re-attract them, and they don't want to be attracted. It could be they don't want to contact you because they feel like you're going to, maybe attract them again with your cooking, or attract them again with your pastries, or attract them again with your kids, or with your kids, or their kids, or attract. They don't want to be re-enticed, if you will. They don't want to be enticed. We have the truth. Okay. So Pile 2, part of why they don't want to contact you, or they're not contacting you right now, is because you are the truth, Pile 2. You live by the truth. Your perspective is the truth. I know that we all have our perspectives, and we can be very subjective in our memories. The way we remember things sometimes suits our biases and suits, how our little perspective or our stories that we tell ourselves. But sometimes our perspective is the truth of what happened. It is. And I feel like that's what's going on here, Pile 2, that your perspective is closer to the truth than theirs is. Okay. And they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the truth that you represent. Okay. Something happened and you told the truth and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to face up to it. They'd rather feel peace, focus on their job, focus on their work, and feel like a good person because they're not stressing anymore about this. Whatever happened. He says here, I rewrite history to protect my image. What did I say? Pile 2. I alter the past so you question your memory, keeping my version as the only reality you trust. This person wants to get as far away from what happened so that the memory of what happened can now be put into question. Okay? They don't want a crystal clear memory of what they did wrong. They want to be able to twist the truth. So it could be that they're taking time away so that time can pass, history can be made. They can come back and maybe and say, well, that's not, how are you sure that's what happened? It's been so long ago. Okay. So this could be a manipulative thing. Again, we're getting back to that manipulation. They're staying out of contact with you because they're trying to manipulate the situation, manipulate the truth. And this person, like I said, it's almost like they have a fragile sense of ego. They're detached from the problems. They want to detach because they want to be reminded of how bad they were, how they misbehaved, or what's wrong with them. Okay. It makes them feel uncomfortable. You make them feel uncomfortable because you're tough. You don't take nonsense. And they are trying to protect their image by keeping away. And they want you to doubt your memory of the situation. Okay. They want you to doubt it. We have double image. You can't become whole by erasing what you don't want to see. You see, it keeps coming through. They don't want to see their bad behavior. They don't want to see how ugly they were or how ugly the situation was, honestly. Too. That's part of it for some of y'all. They just don't want to look at the ugliness. They don't want to be reminded that they don't want to be reminded that that was part of them, that came from them. They were a part of that ugliness. Okay. We have going viral. Visibility is off the charts and then energy is contagious. This moment has reach, reactions, and recognition. Okay. So pile 2, this person is not contacting you because they're focusing on their social media. That's part of it. They're deciding that they need to focus on other people. They need to focus on the world. They want to be seen as good. They want to be liked. And so they're focusing on their social media account or their profile or posting or whatever. And when they get those likes, when they get those, yeah, you're great. You're great. You're great. That helps them deal with the pain. That helps them deal with the yuckiness, the ugliness, maybe that they dealt with you. It makes them feel good. They don't want to be reminded by contacting you that there's a part of their life that's, shitty, they want to be reminded that they're good. They want to be reminded that they're liked, that there's things about them. And it's very surfacey. These people that they're giving them likes don't know them in person. They don't. But they're relying on this to boost their fragile, ego. Okay, we got family. Oh my gosh, we got family, we got children. Got dealing with children with the strength card. So pile 2. For some of y'all, I'm getting it strongly now that this person has a family. This person has a family. This person has kids, maybe with someone else. That's a possibility. And they want to focus on those kids. They want to focus on that family for a time. This is why they're not contacting you, is because, it could be that, I don't want to say you were a side chick or anything, but maybe the relationship did not work out well with their baby mama. And so during the time they were separated, they spent some of that time with you only to discover that they are a problem. Okay. This person discovered, I'm a problem. So whether it's with my baby mama or it's with pile 2, I cause problems wherever I go. And so maybe they're bouncing back and forth a little bit. That could be happening. So I feel like this person is focusing on their kids, though. At the very least, they're spending time focused on their kids, being a parent, children, family. And this is why they're not in contact with you at this time. We have anxiety, scared, panicked, up in your head. So I don't know what happened, pile 2, but this person is like, you make them feel uncomfortable. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind, pile 2, that you make them feel uncomfortable because they're ashamed of what they did. They're ashamed of how they handled you. They're ashamed of how much they betrayed you. It shows what not a bad person they were, but the fact that they chose to do bad things. And the way they chose to handle you was wrong. And they know it. We got stubborn. Yeah. They want to block out, pile 2, the fact that they did you wrong. That's why they're not contacting you. They want to block it out. They don't want to know. They don't want to hear. They don't want to think about it. Okay. It makes them feel bad. So for those of you, if you want to know if this person is going to contact you, perhaps you care about this person. So for those of you who want to know if this person is going to contact you in the future or not, perhaps you still care about this person. You still care about them no matter what may have happened or occurred, and you want to know if they'll contact you. Let's take a look and see based on the cards here. I'm going to pull some tarot cards for you and see if this person is going to contact you. Is this person that Pile 2 is thinking of that is not contacting Pile 2, is this person going to contact Pile 2 in the future? Okay, we have this one, this one, this one. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll go with that one. There's a lot of cards coming through. I feel like there's a story being told here, so I'll hold on to these few just in case we need some clarification on these 4 cards here. If we don't, then we won't look at those, but if we do, we'll look at them. We have the King of Swords. So I see someone here who's up in their head. They're not about their heart. They're not about their feelings. Okay, and they're gonna follow either certain rules they set for themselves or certain rules that they were given. I'm just getting like a cold energy, Pile 2. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, if they do contact you, it does look like they will behave themselves and they'll treat you correctly and more ethically in the future. If they do, we got the Sun card. Okay, this person's popular, I think. Yeah, we saw that they had by going viral. Okay, maybe their channel or their social media is blowing up, so they're focusing on this and not on you. That's why they're not contacting you. I see with the Sun card that they may contact you. Okay, they may contact you. They may show up, make themselves known to you, make themselves visible to you. That's a possibility. We got the Page of Swords, the card of the Spy, the Queen of Cups. Okay, yeah, they will contact you because they want to know about you. They want to know about you. And I think that when they do contact you, they will do it because they're curious about you. They'll do it because they're curious. Let's get more information. And they'll contact you because you're loving. Your loving energy. Okay, let's get a few more. Death. Okay. 3 of Cups, right? So this phase, Pile 2, where they're not wanting to hear anything, la 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 la, they want to hear about how bad they are or the drama and all this, it's going to pass. And there's going to be a reunion. I do see a reunion. But I'm getting a warning to be careful that this person may not have changed. It's possible. Okay? It's possible. They may be contacting you because they miss you. It's possible they may break your heart again. They'll start off on a good note, right? Things will be they'll lead with a good foot, contacting you, making themselves known, making themselves visible. Hey, positive, bright energy. They'll be curious. They'll ask questions of you. They'll ask, why didn't you talk to me? Or what's going on with you? They'll be attracted to your loving energy. That whole phase where it could be a closure thing. They may be contacting you for closure too. That's what I'm seeing for you, Pile 2. They may contact you because they'll be like, you know what, let's talk about this. I'm sorry for the way things went down. Maybe, possibly an apology, I don't know. It could be that they'll be contacting you to ask, why did it happen like that? Why? But it will not be, I do see a reunion, like a meeting. But it's not going to be for good. It's not going to be for good. It's not going to be, it could be that they will reunite with you at a party. They'll bump into you at a party or a celebration. And then they'll party with you or show up in an event or something like this. But I feel like they're going to continue to nurse these hurts. It's going to continue to be a source of pain, right? It won't be fully resolved. They'll get closure, like, hey, let's try to leave this on a positive note. But they're going to walk away either holding grudges or feeling pain. It's still going to be there. It's a residual pain that will remain. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you, Pile 2. I hope this gives you some clarity and maybe even closure if you maybe don't want to contact this person. And I hope it makes sense. If it did, please leave it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you can. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye! Welcome to your reading, Pile 3. We're going to be taking a look at why this person is not contacting you, why they're not reaching out to you. So I'm going to keep your number here where we can see it. You may have chosen this beautiful Bufonaria Conch Seashell. It's a conch. We'll put that right there. You may have chosen Scorpio, and I may have gotten the zodiac signs mixed up from the beginning. Libra, so please pardon me on that, or Leo. Okay, so this could be the zodiac, your zodiac sign, or the zodiac sign of the person that you're asking about. Just however your intuition guided you to this reading, here you are. Here are your tarot cards. I'm going to go ahead and set your oracle cards aside. Let's take a look at what happened between you and this personal party before this period of no contact, okay, or this no contact phase. Let's take a look at the energies coming through for you. We have Judgment, okay. So, I feel like there was an awakening when it comes to what this person represents. You had an awakening about this person, or there was some sort of reckoning. Maybe this person asked for your forgiveness, or you asked for their forgiveness, or something like this. And maybe you weren't feeling it. And maybe they weren't feeling it. Maybe you wanted to apologize to something. You had an awakening about the way you behaved or something like this, and you apologized to them, but they weren't feeling it, or it could have been the other way around. This person has been taking time to be by themselves. This person is very mature. Yeah, I feel like they spent time contemplating your apology, or perhaps this person came to apologize to you. They had a wake-up call, came to apologize to you. You weren't feeling it, and you've been thinking about this person. You reflected on yourself. Well, this person has matured and reflected on themselves. I just seen this kind of dynamic going on. We have the Fool, and I feel like, this person may have moved on. Maybe you wanted this person's forgiveness, and they've moved on. They're not paying you any mind. It's kind of like they've gone on to their next adventure, or gone on to the next phase of their lives, or the next chapter of their lives, and they're being very detached towards you. Something like this. Maybe you realized, oh my gosh, this person's great about something. I was wrong about them, or I was wrong the way I treated this person, and now I want them to forgive me. But it feels like this person has moved on, and they're like being detached towards you, and you're having to be patient to wait for them to reach out to you to see if they'll accept your apology or something like this. Or this kind of vibe I'm getting, like things have been stalled and suspended. There is no movement. There is no action in this connection, okay? We got the Knight of Swords. Yeah, it could be you said something wrong to this person. Maybe you were rude to them, or maybe they were rude to you. So either which way it went, you're wondering why this person is not contacting you, okay? Maybe because you're like, well, I've apologized to them. Will they accept my apology and overcome this, and so we can reconnect? It could be that maybe you reached out to this person, they were rude to you. Yeah, I feel like someone was impulsive. Someone said the wrong thing. Someone was rude to you, or maybe you were rude to them. And you're like, no, I don't want to deal with that again. Maybe. Or maybe they're like, no, I don't want to deal with Pile 3's tongue, or thoughts, or thoughtlessness, or impulsiveness. I don't want to deal with that again. And maybe you're hoping they change their mind because you have grown up. You've had an awakening that you need to treat this person better. And so therefore, you've reached out to them and apologized. Okay, very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at the oracle cards, what the oracle cards are saying as to why this person is not contacting you. We have they received your message, Pile 3. So maybe you sent them a message and you're like, maybe they didn't respond. Yeah, they didn't respond. But the spirit guides are trying to say they saw it. Spirit guides are trying to say they saw it. They read it. They definitely opened it, read the message. It was an email. They opened it, read it. They did see it. Maybe they didn't finish reading it. It's a possibility with a few of y'all, but they got the gist that you've contacted them. They know that you're contrite. They know that you see the wrong in what you did, and that you're trying to make amends. Okay, they've read it. Okay, they've seen it. The message was received. They really worked on themselves during their time away. Okay, so they're not contacting you because though they know you worked on yourself, they doubt they doubt that you've changed. That's what it is. They doubt that you have changed. It says here, they say they've changed their ways, but they really haven't. Stupid A, still acting stupid. So I think they're biased against you at this point. That's a possibility. They're biased against that energy. They feel like, no, they're probably still, Pile 3 is probably still being the way they were. I don't believe it. I tried multiple times, or they've acted that way to me before many times. Something like this. This is why they're not contacting you. Ascension, yeah. So I feel like this person, Pile 3, they've had some spiritual growth. They've gained next level awareness, and they've decided, you know what? I don't want to be on that level with this person anymore. Okay. I don't want to be at this level that I used to be, where this, I could be treated this way, or I could be talked to like this, or hang out with someone who acts like this. No contact. And I feel like the reason they may not be contacting you also is they see that you've ascended, pile 3. They see that you've done a lot of work on yourself and that you've gone to the next level. Okay, that's it. If the roles are reversed, okay, they see that you have elevated, that you're no longer on that level with them, so they don't want to bring their shenanigans around you. Okay, that's why they've not contacted you. Okay, next we're getting apathetic, could not care less, gives you the cold shoulder. They just don't care about it anymore. I almost feel like maybe this person is not upset anymore, and they don't care anymore. They're not invested emotionally in the situation any longer. That's what it is. They just don't care about it anymore. They're not hurting over it. They got intuition. Listen to your gut can provide clarity. Yeah, I feel like this person is listening to their gut. Their gut tells them that it's time to let go and be detached. It's best to make no moves. It's best to not contact. It's best to stay away. They don't trust the situation. Okay? We have dark night of the soul. This person is going through something as well. They're going through something, and I feel like this is part of why they may be on a retreat, or they've separated themselves from you, and they're kind of like not in contact, is because they're processing through something. They went through something. Maybe they heard something painful. They got attacked, and they're processing some of this trauma, and their intuition is telling them stay away from the cause of that. And they're practicing being apathetic. They're practicing not caring, not feeling about you or the situation. Okay, no contact. Why are they not contacting you? The meeting. Compatibility is key. Relating to someone, enjoying their company, and aligning values show compatibility. They're focused on trying to meet someone who is aligned with them. They're focused on trying to connect with someone whose values matches very much so with theirs. They don't want to get with someone who there's a clash, or they, maybe y'all are not in agreement. For instance, if conflict arises, right? Different people have different standards for how they deal with conflict. Some people feel it's okay to start yelling and throwing things, and some people feel it's best to get quiet and stay away. Or some people feel it's a good time to, take a deep breath and communicate clearly and unemotionally, so they can get through the problem. Whatever it is, everyone's got different standards, you see. So maybe the way you were dealing with something did not match with the way they deal with things. And so this is what it is that they are now focusing on meeting people who match and align with their values, which shows them how compatible they are with this person. Perhaps they've met someone who they feel is more compatible with them. It says unfaithful and disloyal. I feel like this person may have met someone else. That's possible. Or may have found someone. Oh, that's possible. I feel like this person, I think what it is, part 3, is that they no longer feel loyal to the energy of this connection. They no longer feel loyal to it. They may be aware that you have leveled up and fixed up yourself or whatever, but they no longer feel loyal to it. Okay. Yeah, they've had enough. Yeah. This person, part 3, has had enough of whatever it is that they encountered in this connection with you. Maybe the way they were mistreated or the way they were attacked. They've just had enough. They don't want to deal with it anymore. They've realized, oh my gosh, the way for me to end this stress in my life is to avoid this type of energy. I need to seek higher. I need to seek what is more compatible with me. You can see the light shining in the back of the head, the light on the hermit top. They're being more picky now too. That's what I'm seeing. They're pickier about who they talk to. They're picky about who they hang out with. They're pickier about where they go. They may have met someone, it's possible, but by and large, I feel like for a lot of you, they're just being alone. They're staying by themselves. They're realizing, oh my gosh, I'd rather be alone than be with what is not compatible with me. Okay, not following your heart. So this person feels for you. They do feel for you, but they're practicing being detached. They're practicing being non-caring. They're practicing not caring about what you're saying in the background, warning them, oh, don't throw what we have away, or don't do this, don't be like that, or listen, I have something to tell you. They don't want to have a care in the world anymore. They don't want to have to care about the situation any longer. Okay, We have repo, default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets. I feel like this person, they've taken back what they feel like they were giving. They've taken it back. They feel like they didn't get what they put into things. They didn't get it back. They feel like, they're gonna reclaim what they put in. They're reclaiming it for themselves and they're moving on. Okay, that's one message. Another message I'm getting for a few of you is that this person is dealing with some problems right now. They may be having financial problems. They're having emotional problems, like personal problems that they're dealing with right now. And this is why they do not contact you. They're going through a lot. It's not just the situation with you. They have it's like the situation is compounded for them. It's compounded. And it's just not, elevation. Exactly. They want to ascend. They want to elevate their vibration. They want to elevate their life. They want to elevate pile 3. They're feeling like they want to close a certain chapter of their lives and move into a chapter where things are much better. And they feel like the way they can do that is by closing their ears, turning their face another direction, looking away, not caring, looking away, closing their ears and tuning out. They feel like if they do it like this, things will get better. Things will get better. That's what they're thinking. It says here, I only see what you can do for me. My love is transactional, and when you stop meeting my needs, I lose interest. So pile 3, I feel like this person is like, you know what? I gave because I see that they're repossessing what they were giving. They've taken it back. And what I got in response didn't hurt me. It didn't do me good. It didn't do me any favors. So they are transactional. This person, and transaction is not necessarily a bad thing, pile 3, and I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. I know you may have really wanted this person. I feel like maybe this person was important to you, someone you cared about, someone very refined, sophisticated. They were maybe even very good looking, and you want them back, and you didn't realize they were going to take it this hard. Well, they've taken it very hard, pile 3. They have. And they feel like it's like you ripped out their heart and tossed it on the floor. You see the heart's missing. It's on the floor. And they're still recovering. And they feel like maybe in their minds, they're really getting into this victim state where they're saying, I would never have done that to pile 3, but they did it to me. And that's not good enough for me. That's like their vibe. Okay, that's their vibe. They're taking it really hard, pile 3. We have tunnel. You're not lost. You're just not done walking through it yet. So I feel like they're processing. And they got tunnel vision, pile 3. They're looking for the light. See, light. They're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. It says here, dark night of the soul. They're in a dark place right now, and they feel like they need to remain there. And they're not looking for your apology. They're looking for something else. They're looking for something they think is better, something they think is higher. They're trying to purge themselves. They're purging themselves of old connections, purging themselves of old feelings, negative feelings, old memories, negative memories, and they've put themselves in, it's like they've gone into turtle mode. Okay, they've gone into their shell, and it's dark in there, but it's like this is how they're responding to trauma, or this is how they respond to when they feel like things are going very wrong. Not just in that connection, but in their life in general. They go into like a tunnel mode, and they just stay in the dark until they see something that they feel is clearly the light. Okay. They're processing and they're walking through it. So they're going to reach an end to this process. Okay. They will reach an end. I do feel that. Okay. We got secret affair. Okay. So I do feel like for a few of you, they've turned their attention away from this situation, this connection, and they're focusing on being with someone else. That's just for a few of you, not all. And that's the truth. I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat anything here, pile 3. This is not the channel for that. I take my job, what I do here for you guys, very seriously, and I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to blow smoke up your, I'm going to tell you what I see because I want to be useful to you in that way, which is to tell you the truth. And I also want to be a healing factor for you. And I feel like part of how we heal is by getting the truth so we can be guided to what it is we need to do or see so we can make the right decisions. So take this all with a grain of salt, of course. Your intuition is number one. That reigns supreme. So if you feel like it's not true, they're not seeing someone else, then that is not true for you. Okay, go with your gut on this one. I do see though that that's coming through. That this person, They're focusing on finding someone who's compatible with them. They may have already met this person, okay? And they're keeping it secret. Look, we got the light again. Maybe they found this person they feel gives them light, a healing light. And they're not looking back. Pile 3, they're not looking back. They're focused on this person. And it says here, they thought they could hide it, but whispers are growing louder. Affairs rarely stay hidden forever. So you may eventually find, if you don't know about this, you may eventually find out about it. Okay, Pile 3. They get a lot of solace and healing from this person. They do. This person makes them feel right. This person makes them feel okay. This person brings them peace of mind. We got workplace affair. They may have met this person at work. This could be someone that they work with. Okay. This person flirted with them. This person, maybe because they do the same thing at their job, they feel a sense of camaraderie with this person. They feel like this person gets them because they're cut out to do a similar job, or they work at the same company. So this is a bonding factor for them. I do see that they may be cheating, or maybe during this time that there's in a space where they're not talking, y'all not talking. Maybe there was not an official breakup. Maybe there wasn't. But they are using this time to get to know someone else. That's the truth coming in for a few of you. We got causing chaos, drama queen. So this person is not contacting you, Pile 3, because they've met someone else, and also because they feel that you cause pain. I'm not gonna lie, Pile 3. This person feels this is how they view you. It may not be true. But this is how they feel about you. They feel that when something goes wrong, or they do something wrong, the way you react causes them so much pain. It's so dramatic that they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the outcome or the consequence of whatever they were dealing with when they were dealing with you. Okay, we got peaceful. Yeah, they want peace. That's why they're not contacting you right now, Pile 3. They may be getting to know someone else. Like I said, it came up 3 times, so I'm gonna say that it's probably true. Maybe if not sleeping with that person, they may be just getting to know someone, getting to meet them, maybe flirting around with them. And in just a very few of your cases, they may have already slept with this person. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards to see. We're gonna answer the question: will this person reunite with you? Be right back. Okay, so will this person contact my Pile 3 again in the future? Will they contact you back? Okay, so we're getting this one. We'll go with a 4th. Hold on to this as a backup to see if we need further clarification. I got 2 more for you there. We have the King of Wands. Okay, I do see some take charge energy here. Someone being assertive. Okay, we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I see someone getting in contact because of the fact that they remember that you're loving. They will remember your loving energies, your nurturing energy. So we're all a mix of things. So even though maybe they feel like you're a bit dramatic, this is their opinion, they do feel also that you're very loving. So I do see that they will be assertive and take charge and reach out. They will reach out to you because of your loving energies as they recall them. We have the 4 of Pentacles, and they will want to hold on to you, possibly. We'll see where this is going, because the 4 of Pentacles could be they will want to hold on to you, or they'll be selfish with you. Okay, we'll see what's coming up. We got 7 of Wands. Okay, all right, they're gonna stand their ground on something. Let's get the rest of the cards. It looks like we did need this for more clarity. The 7 of Swords. Okay, and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing, Pile 3, is that they will reach out to you because they remember your loving energies, and they do feel for you. And they may try to have their cake and eat it too, in the sense that they will hold on to you, but they will stand their ground on not being always available to you. And they may stand their ground also on continuing to see this other person. Okay, and it's going to be a long wait, though, either between the time that they contact you, between now and the time that they contact you, or they're going to be holding on to this other person. I see 7 of Swords, someone stealing, sneaking, doing something behind the scenes, holding on to something behind your back. To me, this signifies that they will continue because maybe they don't quite feel like you're everything they're looking for, or it's like a holdout. They'll be holding out on you, Pile 3. So they'll contact you, but I feel like they're going to want to keep things the way they have it the same, which is continue to flirt with this person, this other person, or talk to this other person, or even continue to sleep with them in a few of y'all's cases. And they'll contact you, but they will not always be easy for you to reach. They may be avoidant of you too, and there'll be long periods between the time now and when they contact you, and between the times that they do contact you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, and that's the truth as I see it in this reading, pile 3. If it made sense and it resonated, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this reading. I welcome your comments below. I'd love to support you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to reading pile 4. Let's go ahead and put your number over there where you can see it clearly. This is that Florida fighting conch. I'll put that right there for you, my beautiful pile 4. You may have or may not have chosen this Aquarius zodiac sign as your sign or the sign of the person that you're reading about. We have Taurus, just follow your intuition, and we have Capricorn. Okay, so let's do a confirmatory reading. Let's start off there with your tarot cards. We're going to confirm that this really is your pile. We're going to look at what happened between you and this person or party prior to this no contact phase. Okay, so before this period of no contact, what happened, right? We got the 10 of Cups. Okay, so this person may be a family member. This person may be someone you got along really well with, someone who made you very happy. There was a lot of harmony. There was a lot of good feelings. I feel like this person made you very happy. Okay, next we are getting number 17, the Star. So there's this idea that this person, there was a lot of healing energy with this person. With the Star, I'm getting there was a lot of faith. So there may have been maybe some things that had gone bad in the past, but you guys healed. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I feel like there's been some healing that occurred in this relationship. Perhaps there was a time where there was a rift of some kind in the past with this person, but it was healed, like in a major way. There's been a lot of peace in this connection. Or if that was not the case, then there's been a lot of peace and tranquility in this connection for you. Okay? Before this no contact phase. Next, we're getting the 2 of Pentacles. Then it felt like things began to get a little unstable. Okay? A little unstable. Perhaps this person started, there were ups and downs. Ups and downs began. Perhaps surrounding a child, as this is a very specific matter, okay, for a few of you. Perhaps surrounding a child or maybe custody or something like this. Maybe there was a successful co-parenting situation. Yeah. So what I'm getting is maybe there were financial ups and downs began. Okay. Things began to not be quite as stable as they were. There were, the juggling of priorities came into things. Maybe this person got a second job and he started juggling those jobs, or I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's get more information. We have the 2 of Wands. It's like the 2 of Bones. I feel like this instability started to make this person want to strike out and do more with your life, or go in a different direction, or start to make you or them start to consider, should I stay or should I go? Because of this either financial instability or just instability within the relationship began. So it used to be great. Something happened. And all of a sudden it's becoming a little shaky, and now someone's considering whether they should go or whether they should stay. This could be you, this could be them, could be both of y'all. We have the Hanged Man. I'm getting like a sense of vulnerability. This idea that this person was, you released them, or you became detached from them, or they became detached from you because of all this instability, and you maybe saying you wanted to go, or it just all of a sudden it just wasn't as good anymore as it used to be, and this person detached from you, okay, because of this instability. And because this instability started making them think, maybe the grass is greener on the other side, maybe I should go look for someone else. Maybe you're starting to work 2 jobs, or starting 2 sources of income, or something like this made them start to detach from you. Maybe because you didn't have as much time for them anymore. That's a story for just some of y'all. Also, I'm getting that it's possible that this person was maybe you found out they were cheating. Very specific, I know. If it's not your situation, then it's not. But it's this kind of energy. There's a juggling started happening. And it made you start to think, I don't know if I want to stick around with this. I don't know if I want to stick around with being juggled or being two-timed. And so you detached, or they detached. Next, we're getting the Wheel of Fortune. 10. This is about fate, karma, destiny. And so, very interesting, right? Because I feel like then things began to take a turn for the better. Perhaps you moved on for this person, or this person moved on from you, and a whole new phase of their life began. Maybe they got lucky, and maybe they got lucky and won the lottery and decided to move on with their lives, or things got better for them, or something like this. Maybe things became financially inconsistent with them. It made you want to leave, and you detach from them, but now things are better for them financially. They're doing better now, and you're wondering why they're not contacting you. It could be something like this. Let's take a look at your oracle cards and see what is happening. Okay, we got computer. Okay, so this person is not contacting you. I think right away what I'm seeing is that they're focused on work. They're focused on their job. They are an office worker. Work is very important to them. Maybe they may be a workaholic, something like this. Okay, next we are getting oh my gosh, they are not a workaholic. Didn't I just say maybe they're a workaholic? They are not a workaholic, but they're working on something. They may have found someone else, but they make it seem like they're always working. They make it seem like that. They have to put in extra hours at the job in order to get that promotion. So, okay, so there's two messages coming in here, two possibilities. The first message is that they're not contacting you. Maybe they don't contact you as much as they used to, or, they're not contacting you because of work. That is a very strong message. It is work related. It's possible they met someone at work, or it's possible that they've been telling you they're working. That's been their excuse, but in reality, they've met someone else. Ghosted. So they've read your messages, but they're ignoring. Okay, they're not contacting you, or it could be that maybe they've seen your messages, but they're ignoring them. They're ignoring the messages. Let's find out why. We're gonna get more information. Surreptitious, a naughty secret, a secret. Okay, so for some of y'all, I'm getting confirmation it is because they met someone else. They're not contacting you because they've met someone else. Pile 4. Wow, I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but that is coming through. And this is part of why they have not been answering your messages. Perhaps you've messaged them and they have not responded, and you're wondering why. Okay, it says here, wait, what? For me, warning, fake news. Okay, so this person may be, whatever they're telling you, they've been lying. It's possible they've been lying to you, pal. 4, that what they're telling you is not true. They've told you, or they're giving you a reason for why they're not contacting you, but it's not a true reason. Okay, trapped in thoughts. I also got thought, THOT. So what I'm getting, pile 3, maybe you guys are still together. Pile 4, I'm sorry, you may want to watch pile 3, but maybe pile 4, maybe he's got a message in pile 3 for you about someone else. What I'm getting, pile 4, is that this person, yeah, I do think there's a female involved, for some of y'all. I'm also getting that whatever reason they were giving is not true. It's fake news. Okay, they're giving you fake news. I feel like this person really enjoys their job. I see someone in a suit being very happy. It's part of why they're not contacting you. This has been giving them a sense of joy. Maybe because there's someone they work with that they really like working with. Okay, it could be a woman. We got discrimination. Discrimination is unfair treatment based on group membership such as race, gender, age, religion, appearance, or sexual orientation. It could be like this person's not contacting you because they're biased. It could be that they're biased against you. If this is like a job situation or something to do with your career, it could be like maybe they prefer someone over you because of your nationality or the way you look or something like this. That's a possibility. Throat chakra is blocked. This is something they can't tell you. They're not going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you, listen, or it could be maybe maybe it's not a race thing or a gender thing. Okay. It could be just they become biased against you because of something they went through with you. They had a certain experience with you where things got unstable, and now they're biased against you because of it. Okay. And this is why they're not contacting you. We got simping, sprung on that ass. So I think they're crushing on someone, pal. 4. Sorry to say. It does feel like there is another female or another love interest that's got their attention that they're about at this point. That's why they're detached from you. It says self-destructive patterns. I don't think it's a good thing. Spirit guides are saying that this is not necessarily a good move on their part. It's not. So it could be that they're still with you, and you know, maybe they're flirting with someone else or something like this. And this is bad, obviously, if they're still with you. If you're still married to this person, or you're still in a relationship with this person, there was no official breakup, and you guys are still working together on something. Maybe it's professional. And I feel like maybe they're flirting with another party or another person maybe in the work that they do. Maybe this person makes them very happy and delivers some things work-wise that you don't deliver. Okay? Interesting. We have C blocking, inaccessible, third party. Oh my gosh, guys. Third party interferences, failed sexual attempts. So part of why they're not contacting you, Pile 4, is because you're not easy. You know, they're not contacting you because maybe in the past they just tried to come by and like sleep with you real quick. And you're like, no, I want a real connection. I want to talk. Or I want, you know, that's not something I want to share with you at this time. I don't want to share myself with you in that way at this time. And because of those experiences they had with you, this is part of why they're not talking to you, because you're not accessible to them when it comes to sleeping together anymore. Maybe they tried. It says you have failed sexual attempts. They tried and you're like, no. So this is part of why they're not contacting you. We have hidden agenda. They're hiding something. They're hiding something from you, Pile 4. Okay? They may be, there's something that they're trying to get done, right? There's something they're trying to get done, and they're hiding that from you. Okay, we have your emotions are of no importance to me. Oh my gosh, Pile 4. I avoid dealing with your feelings because I can barely handle my own. So I feel like they don't want to deal with your hurt. You know how I was saying earlier that you're like, no, I just want to talk. I want to connect. Let's try to heal ourselves emotionally or whatever. They're not really feeling that. They want to just sleep with you, or they want a simpler thing. They don't want to have to deal with these emotions or deal with any kind of complex dynamics in the connection. This is part of why they're not contacting you. We have open cage. What held you is no longer holding. Don't wait to notice you're free. So I feel like this detachment phase that y'all went through, they've taken advantage of it. And they're like, okay, so we're detached. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. I'm free. So this person, they've stepped outside of, you know, they've taken the signals that they received with the imbalances and the detachment from you and from them to mean that they're free. Okay? They have stepped out of that cage, and you know, they're acting like they're free now. Okay? This is part of why they're not contacting you. We got party scene. The vibe is social, the setting is electric, and everyone's playing a role. Some are here to connect. Some just want the spotlight. So this person's in party mode, Pile 4. Yeah, they're in party mode. They're having a good time. And I think they're distracting themselves from meatier conversations or more meaningful connections, or wanting to fix or heal anything or anything like this with partying. So I do feel like, you know, it's a mix. They're not contacting you because they're working, they're partying, and they are seeing someone. We have self-love. Okay. I think that this person has decided, Pile 4, that they love themselves. And if you don't love them, that's okay. They're going to love themselves and go do or find whatever it is that makes them happy. And this is part of why they're not contacting you. They don't want to feel like they deserve less or something. I don't know. It says your Cupid's arrow. Someone is attracted to you. New love coming in. Yeah, they met someone else. Pile 4. That's part of what's going on. They met someone else. I feel like maybe this person, maybe this juggling, maybe they were cheating and they were juggling. They've sort of leaned towards this other person, this third party. What I see, third party. Yeah. They are now leaning towards that third party. Pile 4. Confused. Okay. And I feel like, you know, leaning, like I said, they aren't all in. They aren't like, I have found this other person is the love of my life and I'm completely done with Pile 4. They are confused. They are kind of going back and forth in their minds, like, you know, I think I like this new person, but I think I also like Pile 4. Will Pile 4 take me back? I'm confused by the way Pile 4 will no longer sleep with me. I'm confused by it. Does this mean they no longer want me? So you're kind of like still in the consideration pile, Pile 4. Let me go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you. Be right back. So just for those of you who you watch this reading and you're deciding, well, I still want to know if they're going to contact me. So let's see if they're going to contact you, pile 4, and what that's going to be like. So give me a moment. I'm going to shuffle the cards and find out. Okay. Okay. So we're getting that one, this one. I saw this one here as well. Yeah, 4. And I'm seeing a couple more. Okay. So we can get the gist of if they will contact you. And yeah, will they contact you, right? Let's see. We have the Ace of Cups. Okay. That's a possibility. I feel like this person still loves you. I feel like they love you. So it's possible they'll contact you. Let's see what else the rest of the cards are saying. We got the 6 of Swords. Okay. So this person's found love. They love you, but it's like they're moving on. I do see like that they're moving on. I do see that. Okay. We have, what is this? Is it the 9 of Swords or the 6 of Swords? I'm not even sure. Okay. This is the 6 of Swords. Yeah. I feel like this person is finding what they need somewhere else. They're feeding on what they need somewhere else. We have number 13, which is, oh, I see. 9, 10, 11 is Page, 12 is Queen, 13 is King. So we got the 6 of Swords. Here we're getting the 13 of Swords, which is Page, Queen, King. Okay. I do feel like this person is I'm getting like someone who's all about the truth of the matter, okay? This person's all about the truth of the matter. Let's keep going. I feel like there's a story being told here. We have the 4 of Wands, okay? I feel like this person will see you again in the future. They'll see you again in the future. They'll see you again in the future, and they'll want things to improve, or they want to move to what I see someone moving away from a situation that wasn't good and finding what they need elsewhere. And I feel like they're gonna be mindful of the fact that you are. I see milestones being continued. So I see a continuation of this story. Okay, that's popping up here. We have the 11. So this is the Page of Swords. They'll be curious about you. They'll want to ask you questions. Okay. And we're looking at the 6 of Pentacles, but I need to cover it up because of YouTube rules. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. So I feel like this person will contact you in the future. Okay. Because they'll want to improve the vibe of things with you. They'll want to follow the rules. I do see that they'll want to try to be ethical with you. And they will, I move the Capricorn over here to cover some nudity. I also see that they will, continue on the story with you. I do see that. I don't see a breakup. I do see like, it's almost like a situationship and not a full-on relationship, or like a complicated relationship. We see the 4 of Wands, so this means they will see you for different milestones like birthdays and, Christmas, and, they will continue to sort of attend these activities and do these activities with you. They will be curious about you, and they'll want to give you money. Okay. They'll want to give you what you have coming, financially speaking. Okay. They'll want to give you money. And maybe because you gave to them before, now they want to give back, or they want to repay you or something like this. I see also gift giving. They'll bring you gifts. They may bring you gifts, especially for these birthdays or whatever. They may hire you or offer you employment. So my vibe here is that they will show curiosity about you. They'll come back because they love you. They will reach out to you. They'll want to sort of improve things. And I think at that point, they're going to clean up their act. I think they're going to stop the cheating. Yeah, I'm seeing that. They're going to stop the cheating if they are, and focus on living out their lives, doing a milestone after milestone after milestone with you. Or it could be cheating or just flirting too, right? Remember, it's a range of things. It's a general reading for a lot of people. So, it could be anywhere from cheating to flirting to, emotional cheating or something like, being emotionally bonded with someone who, it's not quite right because, maybe they already have you or something like this. Or maybe, I don't know what it is, but I feel like they're going to clean up their act and play by the rules for sure. And they will stick by your side through different milestones. They will show curiosity about you. And because of how beautiful you are, okay, or how attractive you are, they will come back to you and be generous to you, shower you with gifts, and they'll be very reciprocal with you in the future. Okay, they, if you give them this, they'll give you that, or they'll shower you with gifts, or you'll focus on giving you gifts, or repay you, or something like this. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing the cards for you, my beautiful Power 4. If you've enjoyed this reading, please, if this reading made sense, or if it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I welcome your comments below. I'd love to give you support. If you let me know what you think, and take good care of yourself. I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye.